Yeah. Now we on the money. Gotta fix it up. You know, we do this shit raw, so, you know, it's gonna have little here and there flaws, but other than that, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so, how y'all feeling tonight? What's going on?
Great, man. It's all right.
Alright, man, so who is this again to the right of you, Rob?
Man, it's my partner in crime, Joe.
Okay, Joe. Alright,
Joe. All the above.
Jamaican Joe.
Yeah, man. That's my man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
From Kingston to New York. You feel me?
Okay. New York, man, representing. Y'all always know, you know, they say, or what I ain't gonna say, at a point in time, though, we was considered real rivalries, man. DC and New York, like, you know, New York, you know, they had their own swag, and DC, we had our own swag, and, you know, us coming from a small city to New York being like a big city, like, we had some astounding things going on too. So, you know, when New York and DC mix, man, is a thing that is it's wicked. You know what I'm saying? It could be a wicked mix. Yeah. But it could be a good thing too, you know, man. It's two powerhouses right there. Yeah. You know? You care to share anything with them, man?
Just being from New York, watching the difference between here and there.
Okay.
It's the same energy. Feel me? But I say here more a little grounded than up top.
Okay.
As far as like black culture, African American culture.
Okay.
Feel me? Up top more a melting pot. So we get everybody culture.
Okay.
That's black.
Dig it.
You understand? Not just American black. Feel me? So it's a heavy family vibe. Feel me? Yeah, mixed with a little bit of ambition, a whole lot of ambition. You feel me? So I could say this feel familiar. You know.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so let's get into it. Rob, you mind sharing your full name with the viewers?
Yeah, it's Robert Sheldon Bowie Jr.
Okay. Alright. So how many siblings do you have?
2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay. Alright, and where would you say you fit in age-wise?
I'm in the middle.
Middle. Okay. So you know, middle, the young, they say it's kind of those the ones that get favored somewhat the most. Would you say like you were the favorite child out of all? I mean, you know, hey, nobody don't take offense to that, you know, but even me being the youngest, you know, my sister and them say, hey, you was the spoiled one, but technically, in my eyes, I was never the spoiled one. So, I'm gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
Nah, I think my brother is the spoiled one.
And where does he fall in there?
He's the youngest.
Out of all?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. What area did you grow up in?
Southwest/Southeast, because you know that Southwest corridor over there, Ward 8, Oak Park, Wingate.
Okay.
That Southwest part, but then I also was on the other side of that, South Capitol Street, which is second in Mississippi.
Okay.
And, so both of that part.
So would you say, like, do you consider, like, so I'm going to speak personally. Listen, love for everybody, northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. But you know, man, we always, us uptown dudes, we always like look that southeast, southwest, like the belly of the beast, like where shit was really, man, like the most treacherous, even though, you know, it don't take away from man, but that's just how we always view South anything. So what's your perception on that? Like, would you say that's just how it
I
was?
see it the same way.
Okay,
You got
alright,
Northwest
okay.
was always the money getting dudes. That
Okay,
were, you know,
okay.
y'all had a lot of things going on. We didn't have that. We had the motor projects. Y'all grew up mostly the high rises and the houses. And all
Okay,
that stuff.
okay,
We had the little slums. So
okay.
yeah,
Alright.
back then anyway.
Were you gifted to have both parents in your life, mom and dad?
No.
Okay. How was that like?
I didn't really know the difference. Because my mom was so strong. So it was like
Shout out to mom.
both sides, you know. She was both sides. She was strong enough to be both sides. She taught us a lot.
Real, hey, not to cut you off, listen, I had a chance to meet her. Real special person. Real special person. So,
Shout
you know,
out
I just
to
need,
Linda.
yeah, shout out to
Linda.
mom.
Big up
for
Linda.
real.
Anyway, she big up Linda.
So, would you say at any point you regretted the fact that you didn't have both parents, or as time went on, it was like it is what it is?
No, you know what? I do think back, and I don't want to say regret, but I do wonder, like, if I would have had my dad around more when I was younger, would I became something else? Because I like football.
Mm.
I really can play football and
Okay.
things like that, and you know, and I just wonder if he was there, would I
Been a professional football player.
or something like that? You know, it's that me telling you, I was a coach, so I watch and I see women all day long with their sons out there, and I don't see the men. I see the women at the games, and it's like, damn.
That's funny you said that. I was just on Instagram today, maybe not even 30, 40 minutes ago. And I can't think of the actual Instagram name. It said Pyramid something. If y'all know what I'm saying, a lot of y'all probably follow social media. And it had the 8 and under football team. But it says 8 and under calls parents out, right? So they had a little circle where the kids was geared up with the football equipment, and the parents either had the ball and the kids had to tackle the parents, or the kid had the ball and the parents had to make the hit. Right. So I saw majority women in that hole juking these kids out, knocking their ass over. I'm like, damn, stiff arming them, giving them the stiff arm, pushing their ass in the dirt. I'm like, damn, this really kind of amazed me. Man, I put a shout out to all the moms that gave them kids that work. Like, like you know, it amazed me to see them really out there with their football. Like, hey, son, come tackle me.
Right.
And the kids' real life was going full-fledged. Let me give you one of them. The first guy, it was a guy. His son had to tackle him. Man, the father ran him over.
We're gonna run him over.
He put the shoulder in the son, and then when he ran him over, he stood over top of him and looked at him like, yeah. But it was funny to me because that's how you get it first. I'd rather you get it firsthand from me than get it firsthand from out there.
And not even expecting it.
Right. So that's gonna make him a beast. Like, damn, that giant like socked it to me.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's all love at the end of the day. I'ma bust your ass, and man, we gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right. So What schools did you attend, and were they all in D.C.?
Started out at W.B. Patterson. That's my elementary school. Went to Friendship. Once I graduated there, went to Friendship until I was barred from all D.C. public schools. Then got sent to Francis Scott Key in Maryland, and then went to Suitland. And then from there, I just didn't want school no more. I dropped out.
Would you say because someone drops out of school at this point in time is a bad thing for the youth?
No, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. However, I will say you have to have a plan, because you can't just drop out and thinking things gonna fall in your lap. What are you dropping out for, first of all? What are you gonna do when you drop out? Like, what is your plan? And you have to have some type of plan. Because think about it, a lot of people that's successful, that they didn't really go to school. You know, a lot of people didn't go to college and all them things. You know, there's some successful people out here. It's a system that and then what they teach. Me personally, I think the stuff that they teach us in school is not good for today's youth anyway. That's why they do the interest.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Oh, somebody say DC just need more exposure. Wifey said Jam Rock Joe was up.
Whoa, big up Rachel.
Alright. So, well, let me speak on that. I think schooling, we have to remember that school was always a tool to further or better. Yes, things at different times is different. I'm gonna give you an example. My son, he was like, Dad, school, man, school not for me, like school. I said, how you know school not for you though? But man, when I'm in the class, I said, listen, it's the teacher's job to teach you. So, whatever way she needs to teach you, it's her job to figure it out, to get you to learn. This is why they are placed in these positions, to be able to not just teach, but to help kids overcome certain hurdles. And if you then still don't get it, you got things like tutors and these other things that are in place for you. But you gotta at least take that route, and
So you pro school?
I feel like dropping out shouldn't be an option. I feel like doing it, and then if it don't work, as you continue on, at least you could say you tried, versus just giving up. Now, school is different, I can say, from when I was there to today. Because, I walk into school, the kids is
terrible.
They cussing and they...
I would say school is less personal now.
Yeah, there's so many kids.
Yeah.
So I'd say cause like I said, I went to college. You feel me? I also dropped out of college. You understand? So as far as that subject, I feel like school is not for everybody. You don't need school to succeed.
Yes.
School is like life. It's just information. You understand? I feel like school information is it's a lot of information being delivered late or held. You understand? But I also feel like school don't determine your ambition. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes,
I could want to do like me. great at business. I'm a monster in business. Feel me? But certain subjects that lead up to business make me don't give a fuck about school. You understand what I'm saying? I got 2 successful businesses. Feel me? I come from business as far as my family in Kingston. We do development, real estate. You feel me? My father ain't even do high school. You understand what I'm saying? Got way more money than niggas that own the school. You understand? So that shit don't determine your motivation, and don't let it kill your motivation either. You understand what I'm saying? It's information. It's good for cause information is key. You understand? I feel like it's good for any information that you feel like you can't get anywhere
pertaining
else.
to.
Yeah, cause it's not a bad thing, cause it's information.
Yeah, like if you want to be a historian, okay, history, all those things. The science that they teach, and you know, I used to love science in school, and the science that they teach was good. But school is more so for the kids that have, because right now a lot of us are from ADHD. We can't hold attention that long anyway, right? So when Joe was just touched on intimacy at the school, it's too many kids now. The teachers can't even, it's not enough teachers. It's overwhelming for them.
Gotcha.
So they can't pick out that kid that needs extra help and stuff like that. And then when they do pick them out, they put them in a special needs class. Degrading.
Yeah.
So what you think he gonna feel? He gonna feel like,
I'm left out.
Because he might be bright somewhere else.
Right.
He might kill this motivation right there because he's different. You know? So that's why I say like school ain't everything and for everybody.
Okay. Tell us 2 of your fondest memories of being in school, and if any, why?
A couple friends that I met. My fondest memories. There's a couple friends that I met, and they're still my friends to this day. And basically, I'm one of them ones that didn't like school. Didn't like it.
Do you have children of your own?
Yes.
How many?
9.
Okay.
Yep.
Married, divorced, or single?
Married.
Married, okay. How long have you been married with children?
20.
Oh, 20. It's a good amount of time, y'all.
Dub. You riding on dubs.
What would you say? And you know, I don't know my viewers, so don't take this the wrong way, but each race, I would say, does things similar but not the same. What would you say is key to having not as successful? Because when I say successful, that means everything is good.
Yeah.
To having a good marriage with a strong black woman, what are some of the things that you think most men should adhere to when being married?
When you married, right? Me personally, I think that your ego needs to don't come in the house. You leave your ego at the door. Both parties. Ego, stop at the door. When we in here, we equal. You're not going to talk to me one way. I'm not going to talk to you another way. We're not going to do that, right? And I think the problem most couples have is a power struggle, right? Where I'm over here doing this thing, and you're telling me what I'm doing, and you know what I'm doing better than what I'm doing. And then I'm telling you the same thing. It's never gonna work, you know? And I think you have to realize that both parties grow, especially when you've been together for so long. Both parties grow, right? And we might grow apart, we might grow together, right? But you just gotta realize that y'all gonna grow. And in that growing, you have to pay attention to your partner, the things she or he might like, the things you might like for yourself, and you have to share and communication. Without that, you're always going to assume. That's another problem me and my wife used to have. We always assume what the other one is thinking.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't want to touch you because I thought you was going to sleep. I thought you weren't going to wake up. No, don't do that. Talk. You know what I'm saying? Talk.
Yeah, I feel like it's communication.
It's communication.
For
Bro.
anything.
It's key.
Marriage
It's key.
or side joint. Communication.
Right.
Problems, yeah. Right.
All right. Can you share with us how you made it with the same woman and accomplishing some of the many things that you've accomplished?
I'll tell you one thing. Some women you gotta listen to, because I wouldn't have never started my first truck company if I didn't listen to my wife. I wouldn't have started. I wouldn't have bought my first house if I wouldn't listen to my wife.
Hey, shout out to sis, y'all hear that, right?
Hey,
Hey, I'm taking notes myself, y'all. Just
I wouldn't have moved to Phoenix if I didn't listen to my wife. I would have started my other trucking company, listened to my wife. It was a lot of things that she played a part of by me listening, or her fighting with me to make me listen. You know what I'm saying? You need to do this. You need to do this. You can do
stay
this.
on you.
And so I gotta shout out to Rachel, because without the things that she fought for,
Right.
I would probably be probably just have one business and procrastinate. Procrastinate is one of my biggest things. I don't like it when I see it in others, but I do it a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna sit here and be like, not no procrastinator. I procrastinate. I put things on the side and I do it later on. But she fought for me to do things, because in my back of my head, I'm like, I think cash is king sometimes. Like, oh no, I need a lot of cash, because I be scared of rejection. I don't want to go to the bank and ask them for a loan, because they're gonna tell me no. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always tell me no. I always gotta have the money. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, no, just try. And when I tried for my first truck and got it, I'm like, oh shucks, okay, I got it. Now, okay, let me do another one. Then I do another one. You know what I'm saying? Then it was sky's not the limit. You know, so yeah, listen to your woman, man. Especially if she's strong. Don't take that from her. Don't take her independence, because one thing you don't want is a robot. Men, we're gonna crash. I said this yesterday. We're gonna crash. Men gonna crash. We're gonna be out here doing anything under the sun. We're gonna crash. We're gonna have kids all over the place. My kids by one woman. You know what I'm saying? One woman.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? My oldest son by a different woman, but my other kids is by one woman.
Right.
You know, and just because she was on me, I wasn't out here. I wasn't able to run the streets and sleep around and do things like that, because I was always motivated to be better. She always installed that in me. Like, man, look, you should go do this. You should go do that. Sometimes one time she said, don't even work. Just go study this. And I was like, damn. But me, I feel like I gotta have my own money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be castrated. But not saying she would have done it.
Right.
But still. So yeah, man, listen to your woman, man. Especially if she's strong.
What are some relationship challenges, if any, would you like to share with how you overcame those relationship hurdles in your marriage? Or
my friendliness. And I gotta touch on this because it's a soft spot for her and me. You know, we get antsy about it, and I think that I'm friends with a lot of people. A lot of people love me, men and women. I look out for both equally, right? But my wife don't like the other side. The woman don't, you know, because women will try you. You know what I'm saying? And I see her point, because how would I feel if she was on a dude? You know what I'm saying? And she was a friend with a guy, and she was taking the money and looking out for him. How would I feel? So that's another point that you gotta tell people. In order to make your relationship work, you gotta put yourself in that person's shoes. How would you feel if they did it to you? That will wake you up. That will wake you out of a cold sweat. Jump up like, oh Lord, nah, I can't do that. You know, and so that's what I'm gonna cut that out. You know, I'm gonna cut that out a lot. I'm gonna in moderation. So I'm still who I am. People can still come to me for help. That's just who I am. I always help people, and but I'm just gonna cut that. You have access to me 24/7. You can't have that.
Gotcha. Alright. So let's talk a little bit on how you and I met. For those, that don't know, met Rob quite a few years ago through mutual friend. Rob did something that stuck with me for, I'm gonna say a lifetime. To some, you may not look at it as big as I looked at it, but as we talk a little more, you'll get and know a little more of his story. But to be able to help somebody when you would think that that person need the help, like, really meant a whole lot to me. So, I kind of, this is a friend that more brotherly kind of friend for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he need me on go, I'm letting you know it's on go. Like, that's what it is. Not too many people I'm gonna move like that with, so it's a special kind of person for me. We ain't gonna get too sentimental with that. But I'm just letting y'all know, like, it's really like my bro for real. Like, through another close friend of mine that's like my brother too. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Eric for making that happen.
Yeah, for real, man.
And Whoop. Shout out to Whoop.
What's up with you? So tell us a little bit of how me and you met. Let them know.
Okay.
Like, how did that come about?
So, first of all, I had a trucking company in a small trucking company was delivering auto parts for Delco Line. Shout out to Mel for getting that started for me.
Yeah.
And Eric was driving for me. And then he said, man, I got a partner, man. You'll like him. His name JR, blah, blah, blah. And I met JR. And I was like, oh, shit, okay, cool. JR talked the same way he talked now, fast and stuff. And JR started driving for me and stuff. And we just rocked. We rocked from there. Tell him, JR, I be in Arizona.
Yeah. Hey,
we
man,
called each other.
What's
going on? This 15, 16 years ago.
Literally.
And we still connected.
Literally.
Like, at the hip. Like, JR was always there when I needed a truck to go somewhere. Oh, all right, I'm there. And then you give me another guy, a fat guy.
Shorty.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, hey, listen. You see Shorty? Damn, you right, man.
You remember?
Shorty. Now Shorty gained a little bit weight back. But Shorty had got small as shit.
For real?
Yeah, man. Wow. Shorty had lost a lot of weight back. Yeah, he cool. He just, one of them things where it was like, how he just decided, like, you know what? I'm gonna lose this weight
and get
just dropped all that weight.
Oh, it was that?
Yeah,
okay.
Just dropped all the weight.
Okay. Shout out to Shorty. But so me and JR met on that tip on the trucking, me doing some business. Young guy just coming home from prison. Didn't want to go back to jail. And I just knew that if I didn't do something, I would have nothing, and I'd be just like everybody else with nothing. So, yeah, that's how me and JR met.
Y'all freezing my live up. My bad, y'all. They freezing the live up. But we gonna keep it going. So in that business, what made you decide to just like say, hey, I wanna go into a trucking business? Like, why did you choose that?
Man, JR, first of all, I've been doing business since I was like 18. I had a car wash. I had a car wash at 18.
Okay.
Right? And me meeting a guy named Mel, shout out to Goggle Mel, Seek Pleasant crew. I met Mel, and then I came home, and Mel was helping people a lot. when I came home. He was helping people. Oh, so you have to go back on that.
Oh no, we on. Yeah,
So
we on.
Mel was helping people do CDs. He was helping you get a CD and then get your credit right, get your bank account right. So he gave me $10,000, right?
Okay.
He gave me $10,000. I took the $10,000, got a loan on it, so I had $10,000 cash. I gave him back the $10,000.
Okay.
And started the trucking company after I paid back that $10,000. So
Right.
at the end of that year, I held it for a year. It was a year CD, and I had like 12,000 or something like that. And I used that money to start it. Or he bought me the truck, and I had to pay him back for that truck. It was one of the others.
Okay.
But I started that business because I needed something, man, and I was not gonna go back to jail.
Okay.
You know, I was not going back to jail. When I was in there, everybody would come back and forth, and they would be like, the first thing they say is, "Man, there ain't no job. They not hiring felons," you know. And that was a fear for me. I'm like, oh wow, they not hiring felons. I don't want to go out there and have to come back. You know, I don't want to go out there and sell no drugs and have to, you know, repeat this.
Right.
And next time I know they're gonna try to bury me. So that's why I did that and started that business. And that it wasn't. If it wasn't gonna be that, it was gonna be something.
Gotcha.
That was kind of like the easiest route for me to take.
Gotcha.
It's so easy to get into that.
So would you say, like, looking back, is that how you started out with the trucking business that you got going on? Did that influence you to want to start your own trucking business from that day, or was it a different kind of transition?
It was a different kind of transition. But the thing is, I don't want to consider myself like a trucking business or anything like that. I'm going to consider myself as a venture capitalist. I want to invest in everything. I want a piece of everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type, I don't want just one business. I don't want a trucking company. I don't want just real estate. I don't want, because me and my wife, we got group homes now. I don't want just group homes. I don't want trucking. I don't want just that. I want everything. I want my hand in everything. That's why I'm in the music business right now. And yeah, so that's how I feel.
Right. I got you. All right, so let's see. Why was it a must that you start that self-employed business to employ others?
Because, like I say, I wanted to not go back to jail. I wanted to make my own, you know, and I don't want nobody telling me when I can take off, when I gotta be there, how much I get paid. I don't believe in that sky's the limit thing. I believe it's way past that. You know? So, and I'm never comfortable. When I'm working for someone, you best believe I'm thinking about how I'm gonna take over. That's what I'm thinking. If I go to work at McDonald's right now, and you see me at McDonald's right now, you know what I'm saying? People might come in there and laugh, but guess what I'm doing? I'm plotting. I'm like, oh, right, okay, where the manager at? Let me rub elbows with the man. Let me see how he moving. Let me see how he shake. Let me see how they get the fries in here. Let me see how they order their food. I'm gonna learn all that, and then I'm gonna turn it around and start it for myself.
Gotcha.
But and then I like to employ others because I like to help. You know what I'm saying? That's that helping spirit I had. So that's why it was imperative for me to start my own business.
All right. Do you mind sharing with us 2 of your most devastating times in your life? Because as they say, you know, with the good come the bad. And we might not consider everything a bad. Let's just say a negative. Because with every positive, it's a negative. That's how we operate as humans as well. We got a negative and we got a positive side. So give us 2 of those moments that might have been negatives in your life.
So my first is and most devastating one was the loss of my daughter. You know, I went to jail in 1995 and she was just a baby. wasn't even walking yet. My first time seeing her walk was on a visit in Lawton, Aquan, and I just always promised her, look, babe, I'm gonna be home by the time you are 10 or 11. I think it was like that. I would say, I'm gonna be home by the time you 9 or whatever. And I came home, I did, and I tried to get her from her mom. Her mom wouldn't give her to me. Until the last year of her life, she called me and she said, you know what, I'm gonna send Natalia to live with you. You can take her, right? But the deal was, she has to come back down here for Christmas and holidays, right? So one night, I got a call. I sent her down there for Christmas of 2006, and she stayed all the way into January. I was going to pick her up like a week before this tragedy happened, and I got a call early in the morning, like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and say, Rob, the house on fire and we can't find Natalia. I just remember like saying, what you mean you can't find her? Is she out the house and y'all just can't find her? She in a crowd of people? Like, what is my daughter stuck in the house? I didn't even want to wait till the answer. Me and my wife just got up, put on our clothes, and shot down VA, Petersburg, Virginia. And it took us like an hour. It was a 2-hour ride, 2-hour drive, but it took us an hour. And I'm telling you, Gerald, when I got there, I just always remember feel like I was watching everything from up here. Watching even me standing there like couldn't believe it. The house was still on fire. This is how fast I got down there. The house was still like ablaze. The fire people couldn't even put it out yet. And I'm just looking. I'm like, oh, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's my daughter at? Where's my daughter? And they sent me to the hospital. I'm thinking, they said they found her. Sent me to the hospital, but they didn't tell me she passed away until I got to the hospital. She said they found her and her little 6-year-old brother, little Mark. Shout out to little Mark, rest in peace. Mark and Natalia and John, her 16-year-old cousin. But her and Mark was hugged up together. They was burnt up, hugged up together. Where the stairs had caved in. They were scared to jump out the window with everybody else. And, man, I beat myself up about that so bad. I lost everything. That's when I was losing the trucking company too, around that time. Because I kind of like lost my mind, I was doing things out of pocket. I was doing everything, and it was just a bad time in my life, and but guess what I did, and that's what we don't do. Mental health is, you gotta talk to somebody. I went to seek out professional help, and they talked to me and they let me know like it wasn't my fault. I blame myself because I was gone out of her life all these years, and she missed out on the things that I accomplished now. You know what I'm saying? That I could give her. She didn't see that, the good life. You know what I'm saying? Because her mom was doing bad down in Petersburg, and it just hurt me so bad. You know what I'm saying? So I just couldn't. I couldn't. If I was for my wife, boy, I would be done. You know what I'm saying? I've been done. But she stuck with me. She walked me through it. She always, every year, I try to forget the day. And I'm sorry, but I've tried to forget the birthdays and stuff, because it hurts, so it still hurt. And but my wife always has something special for her. Always, remember it for me. And I'm like, dang. I'm like, thanks, babe, and whatever. But that was one of the bad times. And then the other bad time is when, in 2009, I got arrested again. Right? I got arrested with a gun. And I thought I was going to get more time than I got. And it was about to repeat itself because I had small kids again. And I was going to leave them out here by themselves with their mom, leave her with all the bills and stuff. And it just that brought back the memory of Natalia, me leaving my daughter out there. So now I'm like, damn, I'm about to do this all over again. That was a devastating time because I went through it. But we prayed. My wife prayed for me. My mom prayed for me. My aunt Judy, shout out to Aunt Judy, prayed for me. Everybody prayed for me. My federal probation officer came in and talked to the judge for me, and it just worked out for me. And I didn't get a lot of time. And I came right back home and I was right back at it, moved my family to Phoenix because I got tired of repeating the cycle.
Would you say you still have vulnerable moments like before? And if so, how is coping with them different to now?
Yeah, I do have the vulnerable moments where I feel like if I was there for my daughter, she'd still be here. But how I cope with them is I'd stop blaming myself. Because suppose, let's say that I wouldn't have went to jail. Suppose I did everything the right way and I didn't go to jail. It was my daughter's time. God was calling her. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I could have did to stop that. You know, so I stopped blaming myself. That's how I deal with it. You know, but I still feel that pain of losing her.
Let me ask something about this time thing. Do you think time was put in place to meaning get rid of, to surpass, to move forward? Do you think if it wasn't a thing called time, how different would you think things would be if time wasn't in place?
And you're talking about time as in time, not
time in general, meaning the clock.
Yeah, the clock.
Life
That's
is
aging.
a clock.
That's aging. So I think time.
Not to cut you off, anything we do is a time. This interview, they give us a time. We go to work, we have a time. Even being self-employed, whether we turn it on or turn it off, sometimes it's a time. We have to have a certain time to do A, B, and C. So do you think if time wasn't a factor, things would be a lot different? Life would be a lot easier or a lot harder if it wasn't time?
I think cycle will repeat itself if it wasn't time. I think the cycle will repeat, because time makes you get older and wiser. Everything comes in time. There's a time and a place for everything, right? That's what it says, right? Time and a place for everything. And without time, then you're not motivated to do anything. Think about it. You know you're gonna be 50. What you gonna measure your progress with? Goals. What you gonna measure that with? If there's no such thing as time. It's just perpetual. Like it's just existing. Like, that's why I believe time is a necessity. You know, because it's gonna stop you from procrastinating. It's gonna stop you from doing certain things. You know, tests take a time test. You know what I'm saying? See how sharp you are. I mean, you need time for everything. It takes time to cook a turkey. You know what I'm saying? So you need that time. So I think it'd be worse. That's just my opinion, though.
Well, to the viewers, I know, but can you explain how your life has transitioned in the many great ways that it has already?
I have gained more knowledge of who my circle should be, who I should be around. And you know, I try to surround myself with people that's temperatures are higher than mine. Either higher than mine or just we about the same.
Why is that?
Because think about it like this: if you got a cold glass of water, right? You got a real hot water, real hot. Say for instance, I'm the hot water, and then I go mingle with a cold glass of water. What's gonna happen to me? I'm gonna diminish myself because now the temperature is gonna go down. I'm gonna be cool. Not gonna be hot anymore. But if I'm a hot glass of water and I go get a scorching glass of water, someone's temperature that's higher than mine, and I put myself with that, my temperature's gonna go up. Right? And he's not gonna lose that much because I'm still hot. Right? You know, he's gonna give himself to me, or she's gonna give her knowledge and stuff to me, and the temperature is gonna rise for me and continue to rise. So it's not gonna do that much damage, but you can't mix the cold and warm. So I believe that I now have elevated into a space in my life that I know the difference of who, like, people always say to me sometimes, right, they be talking to me and they just talking, they like, man, you listen to me? I'm like, yeah, I'm listening. And reason being, I'm listening and I'm not being disrespectful, but sometimes I don't want to hear about Jordans. I don't want to hear about your conquests on women. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm trying to accomplish. So those conversations to me is frivolous. It don't make nothing. It makes us spend our money. We you know what I'm saying? We already fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you in the low. Let's talk about business. Let's talk about going to that next goal that we got to accomplish. Let's talk about that. So sometimes people say that a lot to me, like, damn, you look like you're just in space. I'm like, yeah, because I really ain't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's not my interest.
Right.
And that's the lukewarm, the cold thing. You know what I'm saying? And
I get you, bro. I get you. Would you care to say that God, if you believe in God, Allah, Buddha, whomever it may be, the higher power, brought you this far, and when your faith was tested, why do you think it was?
Yeah, I definitely believe in the higher power of God. You know, I'm not a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person. I do believe that all acts of faith, all different kinds of faith, they all have some of the truth. I don't think all one of them have everything, right? And I think it's ignorant for someone to think that their religious belief have everything and have only the truth. Because think about it. What would help the world? What would help the world? If you really think about what do the world need right now?
Love.
Love, right? If we loved everybody, that means if you Muslim, he Buddhist, I'm Christian, we gonna be able to love each other and sit here and talk and have a good discussion. But because there's no love, he's gonna get mad when I say a point. You're gonna get mad when I say a point. I'm gonna get mad when y'all say a point. It's no love. That's hate. I hate that. I hate that you're a different religion than me. So no, I try not to be religious. I align myself with spiritual people. And you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with people that want to be a Christian or Muslim, but do it to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying?
I would say, for me, I look at it all as relevance. It's all the same.
Yes.
You know, you say, I don't believe Muslim. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that they don't believe Jesus was the Son of God. But I believe in God. I believe God is a higher power. Allah is considered God to them. So technically we still
saying the same shit.
Saying the same thing. But it's just
Buddha
semantics.
Is considered a God.
You know, I was having this, you boil it down to love, right? And I was having the same conversation the other night. And where everybody missing is love, right? But I think it's deeper than that. Because to me, my opinion, and then even having the conversation, this was leaning towards me, my opinion. But I feel like the true definition of love is compromise. You can't love me if you're not willing to love my flaws. Compromise in what you love.
Well, that's the definition. So agape, he's talking about agape love. So agape love is that. It's unconditional.
Yeah.
I love you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
I love you. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you say, I love you. That's the love he's talking about. It's a deeper sense of the. You gotta have that. It gotta be unconditional.
It gotta be compromised. Cause even with religion,
Like
like what you just said. You Christian, I'm Muslim. Allah is God. Jehovah is God, right? Or God is God. It's the same thing. But the thing is, we're not willing to compromise.
We ain't gonna lose this
You
one,
understand?
this video.
And compromise certain things to see that we saying the same thing.
Same
We're
thing.
not willing to agree to disagree.
That's crazy.
You dig what I'm saying, gang?
Yep.
So I think that's the world problem. Nobody wanna compromise for the next. Fuck love. You feel me? That's what it is.
Let me go ahead and post this because the time was ticking. You know. Yeah, I'm on them today. Y'all ain't gonna fuck this up for us today. Well, we gonna keep on rolling. We gonna
Yeah. So you asked me about the faith thing. How do I feel like my faith was tested? My faith been tested. My loss of my daughter, going back to jail, losing everything, coming back out, and have to do everything over. That's
That's a test.
That's a test. You know what I'm saying? Because most people gonna fold, but I just feel as though I'm different, and I pride myself in that, to be different. Like I was just talking about the kid that's in school that's different, and they can't get to him, they can't reach him because they don't know how to, because they reading off a book. They get a book and say, well, this is what you got to teach the kids. This is what the kids got to do. But it's deeper than that. Not everybody is the same. We all are different people and beings. We have to relate to people on their level, where they at, you know. But that's how my faith would change. And I tested and I overcame it. And I'm still going through things, but I'm willing to fight for what I want.
So what's the life of Rob like today?
The life of Rob,
What does that consist of?
I'm looking for things to invest in. I'm looking for different avenues of income, because like I realize now that millionaires, they have more than one stream of income. It's not just one and two. You know, it's way more than what we thinking. We think, oh, we can just have a business and we good. But what happens in a recession? You done. You gonna lose everything. And where you at? You back to square one. No, not me. Not I. I'm gonna be ahead of the game. I'm gonna invest in this, that, and that. And put people in position. And we're gonna go all the way away. Right?
So what are some of the great things you doing now?
Me and my wife got group homes. We got a brokerage that we don't use right now. We have a trucking company. Tax business she started in Phoenix.
Okay.
And music.
All right.
Yeah.
What would you say, if you could categorize those things, what would be your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4?
I'm gonna say
one being like one of your greatest accomplishments. Which one would you say is the greatest?
I'm gonna say the trucking company, but I put my trucking company on pause right now because of the fuel prices. I'm not one of those stupid guys that's gonna keep trying to fight the power. I'm gonna park my trucks and then I'm gonna come back out with them. I own all my trucks.
Okay.
But I grew my company to 12 trucks. Not all mine, but 12 trucks. My company was a 12 truck fleet.
Okay.
Right? That was my greatest accomplishment. That was a lot of money, right? I ain't gonna say how much we made last year, but we made a lot of money last year. Then I would think my wife's group homes. She has 2 of them right now. And then I think the tax is gonna do good. And I really think the music gonna be that tier 1. It's just taking off because this guy is awesome. You heard his music, and you the one who got me to doing this, man. Because without you, bro, we're gonna talk about this some years from now. We're gonna be like, damn, JR, you've been trying to get me to mess with you on the music.
Yeah, you know, I always feel like we don't touch things, we don't get opportunities if they not for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's always the reason. The reason is why you.
Excuses.
Yeah. It's you because it's for you. Now, sometimes we have to figure out how to navigate the why me. But if you chosen,
Why not you?
why not did you go? Why not be me? Why would I want this to be somebody else?
Yeah, why not?
And when you look at it, it's gonna be one of those things you sat back on and say, damn, I ain't miss out. Because it could be things that, man, you know, they knock right on the door. And it's just, all you gotta do is turn the knob. Just turn the knob and open the door.
You know what, JR? That piggybacks on like divine intervention, right? If you believe in divine intervention, like God put things, we ask for things, we ask for stuff, right?
Yeah.
But God sends it all day long,
Right?
But it don't come in a form that you want,
right?
And you thinking, I'm not gonna mess with it, but that was your blessing. You're gonna exhale at that if you tried it. Just try it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell a lot of people, just try it. And then y'all two, with ones had me right in this house,
blocked them in.
Man, blocked me in, and
Joe, like, bro.
And guess what? It's been working. It's been working. Like every time I call somebody, man, we got concerts now set up. We got all that stuff. So it's like, let me tell you something about divine intervention too. Before I want to piggyback off this.
Come on.
Right. So I met this dude. He got a truck, right?
Right.
I met him in Phoenix.
Right.
He's from Jamaica.
Right.
I'm not from Phoenix.
Right.
So me and him meets.
Uh-huh.
His name is JoJo. Now remember,
Brother.
JoJo. Now just remember JoJo,
Uh-huh.
right? Just the other day, I got my son with me. My biological son. I got my son with me. We riding in the car. We go see his brother. And my son in the back seat, he said, man, your face look familiar, talking to his brother, right? And he said, your face look familiar. And my son was like, no, his brother was like, yeah, you do look familiar. Did you go to such and such school? He said, yeah. What's your name again, Gavin? He said, yeah. He said, man, we were best friends in high school. They were best friends in high school.
Right.
His biological brother and my biological son. I'm from D.C., he's from Jamaica.
Right.
He meets in Phoenix doing the trucking.
Right.
Right? And come back here, he meets his brother. And his brother and my son was
best friends.
like, me and him was supposed to
I
link.
didn't come here for my brother. I
didn't come here for a
really
break
know
for
this
me.
nigga for real. I just met him. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I came to DC on business to do the tax company with this guy. End up meeting my brother that end up knowing his son. You dig? That was his best friend's son. And right now I don't got friends. This is like my best friend, like brother.
You see?
You get what I'm saying?
So that's why I told him the other day, I said, bro, we're doing exactly what we were supposed to do. We are where we exactly supposed to be at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was an assurance.
Yeah,
It was more of an assurance
His
that,
brother
hey,
named
listen.
JoJo.
Hey, my brother named JoJo.
That's why when I kept saying,
Yeah.
I did like this, I said, hey, JoJo.
Crazy.
Like, things don't align like that. It's not supposed to be. And you just gotta let it be.
Bro, that blew my mind.
Just gotta let it
That
be.
blew my mind. That was like a signature from God. Like, boom, y'all, you was supposed to be here right now. But
Looking back on your complete life then to now, would you change or do anything different? And if so, what would it be?
I wouldn't change anything. And reason being because we forget. Sometimes you can try to change something. Say, for instance, right now, right? We all go back 10, 20 years in now. And you say, oh, yeah, you know what? I remember when I made this decision, I messed up some money. right? I messed up some money. I want that money back, so I'm gonna do this. And guess what? You walk out the door, and one of them crazy gunmen shoot you in the head. Bow! Money ain't mean nothing. So everything that I went through, I had to go through to be who I am today, be where I'm at right now, where God want me to be at. Having an interview with you that I never thought anybody ever want to hear my story. Little old me from 2nd Street Southeast, Galveston Street Southwest. People want to hear my story or interview me, you know? So I don't want to change nothing. I'm good. Because what I don't look at is where I'm at today. I look at what I'm going to be tomorrow.
Facts.
You know? That's what I look at. And yeah, it's dedication. It's like, I know I'm destined. And I always told my wife that. I always say, you know what? We're not meant to be here poor. You know how you get that feeling?
Yeah.
And you're just supposed to be greater than what you know what I'm saying? You
like
know it.
You know yourself.
You know yourself. Yeah.
That's
It's
like people lost, bro. But
Yeah.
you know what's up. That's what makes us different.
Different.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
just, you feel it, right?
Yeah,
you feel
bro.
it in your bones like, dude, I'm supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? And
It's a
that's
premonition.
it's premonition. It's like you gonna will it. We gonna will it.
It's a premonition, bro. Okay. Alright, so what are your views and stance on rap music? Let's take a little turn with this change in the narrative. Like, how do you feel about music overall today versus from when you was growing up?
When I was growing up, music was more about storytelling, and most people was in their own lane. You know, it wasn't sending shots out to this guy, that guy. Tupac and Biggie was the biggest beef of my generation, right? But they stayed apart from each other for the most part. You know, sad they lost their life. Rest in peace, Tupac and Biggie. But today's music to me is like too much drill. You know, too much kill. Nobody want to compromise with that word Joe was using. Nobody want to compromise no more. Nobody want to sit down and talk. You got Takeoff. Takeoff just lost his life the other day over some senseless stuff. You know what I'm saying? Something that don't probably mean anything. These men millionaires, and you lose your life. And you wasn't even the one that was beefing. It's like, come on, dude, what happened to the fight? You want see me one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? See me one-on-one. Let's put on the gloves. Let's do what Jake Paul and them all them doing when they beefing. You know, and then I look at our music and how these culture vultures eating off of it. You know what I'm saying? It's kill, but they ain't let you have some music that's gonna say kill all the whites or kill all and watch what happens. They're not gonna put your music out there.
That's true.
They're not gonna put it out.
That's true.
You're gonna be shelved. Actually, you're gonna get the boot from the get-go. They ain't even want to listen. What you say? What? No.
They gonna cancel.
They gonna cancel you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Kanye, to me, I love Kanye.
Shout out to Ye.
Yeah, shout out to Kanye. Cause Kanye is one of the realest ones that willing to get up there and speak. He just like, to me, is just like Trump.
Right.
They
the
hate
realest
Trump
president y'all ever
Trump
had.
will get up there and say anything. I like people like that. Because guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna tell you what they thinking. They're gonna put it on the table. This is what I think of you.
This is what I'm
This
going
is
to
what
do.
I'm gonna do to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They
They not hiding nothing. Like these people that you love so much, they hiding things from you, bro. They don't love you back. They not giving you information.
That man Trump said, black people, what else do you have to lose?
You know what I'm saying?
Answer that. Nothing else, nigga. But saying it sounds crazy, but it's the fucking truth, bro. They say you ain't crazy for saying what you're saying, but it's the truth. The truth is crazy.
And I'm not a Trump fan. Don't put me there. I'm not a Trump fan. But I respect him because I like how he was not the quote unquote politician that they try to make him be, like the puppet. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But he did what he wanted to do. Straight gangster in my book. But
Do you think, as a black race, we've completely failed our culture? And if so, do you see any reverse in the problems of today?
yeah, we didn't fail. Can't fail. Well, if we failed, we wouldn't be here. We'd be wiped off the earth. We are going in the wrong direction, and anything that's going in some direction can be reversed, right? We can change this all around. We just gotta stop listening to this shit that we listening to. We gotta stop wanting to kill each other. We gotta be the baddest person. We gotta have the Glocks with the switches. We gotta do all this. Nobody can't fight no more. You know what I'm saying? You put on some gloves, these dudes gonna get their ass whipped up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? There's no more men, to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think in order to reverse, we gotta stop feeding our brains the bullshit. That's what I think our culture needs, you know? And that's why Ty Baby Yo, shout out to Ty Baby Yo once again, because his music gonna change. His music gonna change the culture. It's gonna switch.
Let's play a little bit more of this Ty Baby Yo, man. Let's get into it.
Grateful for what I get, but it's not my mind. I be thinking my bread so I can grind it out. I be careful with time cause I can't get that back. I be making this music so I can stay on track. Just more fighting and fighting so I can earn my flag. Shame myself, ain't got no time to squeal. These niggas, they be acting and they popping pills. I can't think too much, cause that's the shit that kills. But I be thinking I can't take it, that's just how I feel. I said shame myself, ain't got no time to squeal. These niggas, they be acting and they popping pills. I can't think too much, cause that's the shit that kills. But I be thinking I can't take it, that's just how I feel.
Do you remember back in the day, JR? I'm pretty sure you remember, and you probably too, Joe. It wasn't no glorifying, no popping pills and
Use a fiend.
it wasn't none of that.
Right.
It wasn't, bro. You was a clown,
Right.
man, if you did that.
Niggas wasn't on that.
We doing
Drugging.
that now. We doing that now. It's glorifying every type
Yeah,
of drugs.
I remember. Alright, y'all wanna get technical with it then, right? Talking about culture and all this shit. African Americans, we glorify drug dealing. We glorify selling drugs and hustling. You feel me? Fuck drugs. We glorify hustling. We was the ones who was like, don't get high off your own fucking supply. So how the fuck this shit went from, cause think this shit is fucked, bro. It's fucked. It's I don't even like getting into this shit because it always get too fucking deep. You feel me? It always get too deep, but that's the culture, gang. Fiends and drug dealers.
Fiends and drug dealers, man. The fiends and drug dealers.
That's why Ty Baby gonna change the whole, like you said, he gonna change the whole shit up, and then then it's gonna get fucked up because they not gonna put him with in the culture. They gonna take him from the culture and put him with Justin Bieber, Justin Derulo. Like, think about all the black niggas, and y'all need to get in tune who the fuck I'm talking about. This Ty Baby nigga, feel me? It's different. You feel me? Cause boy, what 19?
He does all this
and
stuff.
he talking how we talking right now as grown men. You understand? He not on no take this pill, sip this. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. Boy is really motivating and inspiring. And if you, it's the type of music where if you on the board of directors, or if you a coach, or you a teacher, or you even a fucking student, or you a failing student, you a successful student, you whatever it is. It's like I told her, I got to tell him, it's like that music is like the light that you look up to. You feel me? It's like his music for real, and y'all gonna agree with me after you listen to it. But his music is literally this. It's a human being with an angel and a devil on the shoulder, and that human shows up on the angel.
Yep.
So it's a beautiful thing. You feel me? Because you say culture, describe your culture. what the fuck is your culture? You can't say, me and you don't got the same culture. We're not the same black. You dig what I'm saying? What's your culture, gang? Drug dealing and fiends. You laughing. You laughing. It's funny. Correct me.
Yeah, nah, it is.
Alright. You heard? My culture different. I'm from the West Indies. You understand me? That alone said different. You understand what I'm saying? My taboo is your reality. Your reality is my taboo. You dig? So I'm able to see both sides. And being a fiend is not it. Feel me? Straight up.
So let me ask you this. So being from Jamaica, right? Weed, right? Where did that come from? Like
Weed?
yeah.
Alright,
Like,
so
what did it
alright,
do
let me tell y'all now, right? I grew up in Jamaica. I went to school in Jamaica from primary to end of high school. Feel me? I live in Jamaica. You understand? It's weed is not accepted by every Jamaican. It's actually a stigma. It's actually more accepted here in the United States than it is in Jamaica. Like I wouldn't say real Jamaica, but I would say the working class are just the how would I put it? Regular civilian, you know? Go to work, go to church, you know, take care of your kids, all that shit. Weed is shunned upon. You understand? It's really a Rasta thing. You understand? Which is back to what you're saying, a religion. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not a Jamaican thing. You understand? It's a world thing, yeah? That's what it is. For real.
Alright. What would you say plagues today's youth? And is there any fixing any of those things?
The guidance, lack of guidance. It's not a lot of guidance. It's too many yes men, and it's too many individual thinkers, right? Like, I look at it like this: like, it has to be someone that's going to take the lead, and people have to be willing to follow that person. Now, you can't be blind leading the blind. You know what I mean? But it has to be someone that has an idea. Like, you know what I hate? I hate that we out there selling drugs all day, right? And we on the block, we getting all this money, but we don't own a house on the block. We don't own a store on the block. We don't even own a car on the block most of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's your block, though.
Yeah.
You'll kill me for walking on your block. That's your block. You'll kill me for coming on your block, but you don't own nothing.
Nothing on the block.
It's too many individuals. If they was to take all their money, someone was smart enough.
The money is on the block.
The money is on the block. You
Money
take your
on the
money
block.
and you buy the block. They don't do this, and that's what the problem is the youth, and they disrespectful. They emotional. You know what I'm saying? And it's not their fault.
That wasn't bigger than the youth.
It's not their fault.
It's
It's
a lack of
not their
principle
fault.
and
It's a
moral,
lack
bro.
of principle. OGs didn't pass the game down to them.
Lack of principle.
They used them as flunkies. You know what I'm saying? Used them like, y'all go sell this.
Because they was
You know what I'm
vulnerable.
saying? Just they're vulnerable. They looking for father figures. So they take them under the wing, but they don't really take them under the wing. They just say, yeah, man, youngin', you go hard. Like they bigging them up like that, like that's something to be proud of. You go hard, man. You a hitter. That's the new name. You a hitter and all this stuff.
Yeah, everybody
Come
want
on,
to be
everybody
a
wanna be
hitter
a
now.
hitter.
Nobody want to be a hustler.
Nobody
don't
don't
want
wanna-
a hitter now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
what the culture at.
That's what
I'm sorry, it ain't drug dealing no more.
Yeah.
It's fiending and hitting shit.
Yeah. It's not even drug dealing because they don't even know how to
Fuck
sell
that. They
drugs.
don't
They don't
know
know
about
nothing.
business,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? They let the government come and take the weed from everybody. You know what I'm saying? You've been selling me forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
now
they
the government
become
come and they just figuring it out when you could have figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's deep. It's deep. But yeah, it's helpful to youth. It's definitely helpful to you, but they gotta be one to listen. And then we gotta have the old timers that they look up to, because there's some old timers that's still out there that they look up to. You know, some old heads from the hood. They need to go out there and stop being scared. Go out there and talk to them youngsters. You know.
So you would say, what? So what would you say to the youth? Like,
I would say read.
One good message. Read.
There's a book I told you the other day. It's called Outwitting the Devil. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It's Interview with the Devil, and I advise everybody to check that out. It's on YouTube, and it's an audio book. I advise you to listen to it from audiobook because it gives you that effect that you want. You know, when you listening to this book. It's Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It's Interview with the Devil. So that book right there is going to show how our mind is a terrible thing to waste. You know what I'm saying? You remember how they used to say that? Your mind is a terrible thing to waste?
Wait, correct.
That is so true. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think they're going to walk down the street and see a devil. You know, the devil don't come like that.
Yeah.
The devil is in all of us. All of us got the devil and an angel. You know what I'm saying? All of us had good and evil. The negative and the positive, right? It's just most of us choose the positive. Or no, don't let me say that. Most of us don't choose the positive. Most of us choose the negative. So then who the devil? We are. We're walking devils. You know what I'm saying? But we could be walking angels, walking saints, and walking blessings to other people. You know what I'm saying? But people refuse to do that. But I want everybody to check out that book, man, and you'll see. But that would be my message. Read.
Well, these interviews are not just to tell a story about one, but to also uplift someone and to have them believe change is possible at any time and for the better. And know that there's always someone out here doing worse than others. So with that being said, we're going to sign out, you know, on this Changing the Narrative Monday. Again, you know, thank y'all for viewing back in, tapping back in, you know. Thanks to the homie Joe for pulling up, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see a little more Joe, you know.
Yeah, I'm out here, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Man, we gonna, get into this real shit, man.
Shout out to Uptown Shane, Goo Glizzy.
Yeah.
Ty
Good
Radio,
Lord. Good
you know?
God.
Hey, that's where we at with it.
Yeah, shout out Goo Glizzy too, you heard it? Anywhere you are.
Y'all want something to drink? Or?
But this real shit ain't everything but this music. Anybody else tired? Anybody else tired?
Shout out to all these niggas.
Look, sir. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Nigga, that's true.